The coaches have landed, well, almost landed.
The parade is over now, and each coach is headed back to its original site at the campground.
The main goal? Park the coach.
Level, of course.
Hook up the water and electric.
Tidy up and set out the knickknacks. The open house, or should I say, open coach, is about to begin soon, and everyone is looking forward to an enjoyable afternoon of socializing.
The rain stopped.
Sun came out.
But look at that road.
The mud puddles have expanded into a monster mud mess.
Maneuvering these heavy buses through that kind of slop might just prove to be difficult.
As the coaches jockey into their position, the ruts become deeper, the mud slipperier, and the driving more hazardous. Since I was the official photographer at the time, you must understand if I show a tiny bit of prejudice here. Our VL100 was the star of this shot as we watch Ron landing our coach. Let's see how he handles this. Oh, well, my feelings are hurt. He parked that bus perfectly, without my help, and I always thought he needed my warnings and hand signals and backseat driving expertise. Oh well. Take it from me, you are now looking at a serious flex nut.
A slight confrontation here between Bob's unique roof-mounted satellite dish and some low-hanging wires. He didn't hit them on the way out of the campground, only on his return trip. We all gathered around, ready to offer whatever help we could, but Bob straightened things out, and he continued on to his campsite.
This is a 40-foot Grumman Flxible in deep trouble. It has worked its way into a deep, muddy rut and is now rendered immobile. Watch now as the camp backhoe attempts a rescue.
Well, so much for that chain. This try was not so successful. Maybe if we go around to the front of the coach and hook it up there and maybe try pulling.
There must be no damage to any part of that beautiful coach in the process of freeing it from the mud. Everything is done with extreme care and caution.
I was talking to him a little while ago.
The object now is to try from the front what didn't work from the back. A little help from the spectators might be just what is needed. The term manpower applies here, but they reluctantly give up. Hey, it's the thought that counts.
Well, let's see what's happening down the road. We'll be back here later.
The backhoe moves on to another coach in distress.
This mud is really trying to ruin our rally.
This time, the backhoe is successful. Did you check out all those supervisors? Well, everyone seems to have a suggestion.
There seemed to be no end to the mud and slop.
One more unlucky coach needs help. What a day. That mud just won't let go.
Did you ever hear of the little backhoe that was trying to pull out the big bus from the mud. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can.
Back to our first coach, still stuck in the mud. Reinforcements were sent for, and this large tow truck rushed to the rescue.
This is an experience that no Flex owner ever wants.
This time the Flxible is wenched free, to the great relief of all, and thankfully we continue on with our rally events. The antique bus you see now is an exceptional 1930 Flxible, designed with a Flex body and a Buick chassis. The Chatham Coach Company from Ontario, Canada, hauled this impressive coach to Loudonville just for this rally.
And it received a prize for being the oldest coach in attendance.
What a wonderful day. A Flxible parade, an afternoon spent visiting with friends and inspecting all those coaches. And now a wonderful dinner prepared and served by local Amish people.
Good food, great friends, surrounded by Flexibles. What more could a Flex lover want?
We talked and ate. We listened to great music, shared opinions, discussed world affairs, and thoroughly enjoyed the company of all our Flxible friends. While we were all having a good time, there was someone who definitely was not happy. Those of us who were there will remember the little mother trying vainly to feed her children. That's right, tiny little babies, feathered friends whose serenity we invaded. Bet they were glad when the rally was over. An interesting guest speaker after the dinner is a tradition at the Flxible bus rallies. This year, we were privileged to listen to Des Ferry describe to us the history of the Anzair Flxible coach in Australia.
How come there were American buses running around Australia? Well, after World War II, executives from Pioneer Tours toured the world looking for a type of coach on which to base their operations for the next 10 years or so, which, by the way, expanded to over 25 years, but that's another story, which I shall tell you later. Now, that group from the Pioneer organisation, which is one of the wings of Ansett Transport Industries in Australia, eventually found themselves in Loudonville, Ohio. And they signed a little bit later on as well. Now, you ask the reason, why did all this happen? Why did these guys come, look for a bus? Why were they licensed to be built in Australia? Well, after the war, Australia, as I understand it, had no trade agreement with the United States. Since then, of course, that's all changed. And American dollars, for us, were not available. So rather than import a batch of them from Loudonville, one coach only was imported, and then the rest were made from that in Melbourne. Now, that first unit, of which I have a picture here, and you're very welcome to have a look at the pictures on the table afterwards, this is the unit that we called D2. D for diesel, of course, in the Pioneer fleet. And all the Anzair Flexibles had the prefix AF before them. Ansett. Thank you very much.
Put on your hat.
I have another one that I'm going to give away for the oldest coach. And as you know, we had a 1930 Flex here from Chatham, Ontario. I will have to send it to him. He did drive a long way to get here due to the mud situation or whether he couldn't stay. But I only feel that he did make the trip down and that I send it to him. I'm going to leave this up here so everybody may look at it. Thank you very much.